Hello, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day. It's Ron from RJJ's Reactions, and I'm back with another Tom Waits. And this one is called God's Away on Business. I think he's a really far, far away. But let's have a listen. We'll look at the lyrics after because Tom writes his own lyrics along with his wife. So let's have a listen to God's Away on Business. We know that Tom has that really gritty voice that he's groomed over many years. This is an older video, of course, but let's have a listen.
I'd sell your heart to the junk man, baby, for a buck. For a buck. If you're looking for someone to pull you out of that ditch, you're out of luck. You're out of luck. Ship is sinking. The ship is sinking. The ship is sinking. There's a leak in the boiler room. The poor, the lame, the blind. Who are the ones that we kept in charge? Killers, thieves, and warriors. God's away, God's away, God's away on business, business.
So yeah, he's created this character around himself. If you see really early videos, it isn't quite where it is here. This sort of developed over time, and it was very successful, and he's very good at it. So the question is it a created character or is it actually him? In some ways, it's a little bit of both, isn't it? But it's a lot of fun, and the video's a lot of fun. Whoever put this together, I don't know why there's an emu there, but it's good fun. A little bit difficult to understand Tom Waits because sometimes there's maybe a little too much gravel to his voice. But once we look at the lyrics, it'll all become clear.
God's away,
Well,
God's away on
relatively
business,
clear.
business. God's away, God's away, God's away on business, business. Digging up the dirt with the shovel and the pick. It's a job, it's a job. Bloody mood rising with the plague and the fun. Doing the mob, doing the mob. It's all over. It's all over. It's all over. And there's a leak in the boiler room. The poor, the lame, the blind. Who are the ones that we kept in charge? Killers, thieves, and lawyers. God's away, God's away, God's away on business, business. God's away, God's away on business, business. God damn, there's always such a big temptation to be good, to be good. There's always free cheddar in a mousetrap, baby. It's a deal, it's a deal. God's away, God's away, God's away on business, business. God's away, God's away, God's away on business, business. I narrow my eyes like a coin slot, baby. Let her ring, let her ring. God's away, God's away, God's away on business. God's away, God's away, God's away on business, business.
All right, I think that's the end. Okay, fun. That was a fun video. Very interesting the way they put the video together. I will probably miss some of the reasons they did certain things, if there are any reasons or any logic to it. But I thought it was a lot of fun, and I do like the sound of Tom Waits' voice. As I've said many times, probably too many times, I love singers who can sing in a sort of stereotypical great singing way, but I prefer, to be honest, singers who aren't necessarily the best singers in the world, whatever that is. Um, because I think there's so much more to music than perfect pitch. Perfect pitch is great, but by itself, not that much. You have to have a lot more, and some do, and some don't. And I can enjoy so many different voices, so many different kinds of music, and I feel fortunate that I can, get into that. And I want to thank everyone for introducing me to some musicians and singers, groups that I have never heard before. And in a few cases, a couple in particular, I'm really, really impressed and have some new favorite voices. Let's have a look at the lyrics for God's Away on Business. God's Away on Business by Tom Waits, songwriters Tom Waits and Kathleen Brennan. I'd sell your heart to the junk man, baby, for a buck, for a buck. If you're looking for someone to pull you out of that ditch, you're out of luck, you're out of luck. The ship is sinking, the ship is sinking, the ship is sinking. There's a leak in the boiler room, the poor, the lame, the blind. Who are the ones left in charge? Killers, thieves, and lawyers. God's away, God's away, God's away on business. So, if God's away on business, who's left in charge? And he's put killers, thieves, and lawyers together. I don't know whether Tom has had some really bad experiences with lawyers, but he's thrown them in with the killers and the thieves. So not all lawyers are bad, but I understand the humor in this. And then there's a number of things that you can extract. God's away on business. Well, what do you mean God's away on business? At least the gods that I know are, or have read about, thought about, are supposed to be all knowing and all present. And I know there's arguments about that now. Some Christian apologists are trying to back out of some of that, but nevertheless, how can he be away on business? It's his creation, right? And if he's supposed to care about humanity, people, those he made in his own image, why or how can he possibly be away on business and unaware of what's happening on the planet with killers, thieves, and lawyers? Or is this a message that there is in fact no God at all, never was, and that we are in charge? Humans, us flawed creatures, yeah, sort of elevated apes, are in charge and always have been in charge. The good, the bad, and everything in between. Digging up the dead with a shovel and a pick, it's a job, it's a job. Bloody moon rising with a plague and a flood, join the mob, join the mob. It's all over, it's all over. There's a leak in the boiler room, the poor, the lame, the blind. Who are the ones that we kept in charge? Killers, thieves, and lawyers. So, a sense that things are sinking, things are getting worse. That's been said probably since people started using language. See, every generation is worse than the last, and it's always getting worse and worse and worse. Yet, if you look at some of the statistics, many things have gotten better as well. I'm not saying everything's better, far from it, but I don't know. How do you measure all of these things objectively? But there's a sense sometimes that everything is getting worse, that people are getting worse, and some believe that's because God's away on business, or at least that not enough people believe in the fictional entity. Goddamn, there's always such a big temptation to be good, to be good. So again, some humor here because you're supposed to be tempted to be bad, not tempted to be good. But in many religions, there's the carrot. If you're good, you're going to get rewarded. You might even get to heaven or some other wonderful place. And then there's the stick. If you're bad, you know what's going to happen. In some cases you're going to hell, in other cases purgatory, or just within your life you're going to suffer. You're going to have some bad things happen. So there's a temptation to be good, meaning that you're not naturally good, and if God's away or not real, uh, everything's going to go to hell in a handbasket. The ship is going to sink for sure, and all atheists are going to go out murdering and raping and doing all kinds of horrible things. I don't think that's true, but that that's sometimes the thought. So this is a flip of a temptation to be good. It says trees there, but I think it's supposed to say there's always free cheddar in a mousetrap. Yeah, grab that cheddar and see what happens. Baby, it's a deal. It's a deal. God's away on business. I narrow my eyes like a coin slot, baby. Let her ring, let her ring. God's away, God's away. So we're going to gamble. We're going to gamble without God, maybe. I don't know. Is that the meaning there? Possibly. So, yeah, interesting lyrics. I'm sure there's lots of different ways they can be read, and you can extract different kinds of meaning out of the lyrics. For me, it's kind of a fun play on the idea of God not always being omnipresent and omnipotent, etc. And he's away on business. He's got other things to do. But in another way, he's throwing in, what did he throw in here? I think I missed something here. Da-da-da-da-da. Hmm. A plague there. That's what I was looking for. The plague and and a flood. Sorry, I'm slow today. Uh, yeah. So so of course there was the flood. Not really, but there's the story of the flood and plagues and things. So God is responsible for these things. Of course, some would say no, he's not. It's the devil. But then God created the devil, so or Satan or whatever you want to call him, and presumably God created everything. So and knows all. So he knows what's going to happen as well. So therefore, he's responsible for floods, plagues, disease, everything. But not really. He's away on business. So all of these things happen when he's away on business. This could be an apologist. I'm not sure, but I'm fairly certain that there is no God, and I don't think you have to worry about that. Let's just try to take care of our own business and don't be a killer, don't be a thief. You could be a lawyer, but try to be a good one that helps people and protects society, etc. Interesting lyrics as always. Tom Waits, the presentation, I love that voice, and the presentation, the character that he's developed is great. The thing about the mousetrap and the cheese, it reminds me of something I saw a long time ago, a really long time ago. It was a Tom Waits interview, and it was on one of the talk shows. I'll see if I can find it. Maybe I'll make a video on that. It was just funny. It wasn't a song. It was just funny. In the meantime, keep listening, keep having fun. Bye bye for now.